relate everything back to the Aleph. Have the Aleph before your eyes at all times, and nothing will ever go wrong for you. Now it says in Kabbalah to keep the Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey in front of your eyes at all times. But instead of that, keep the Aleph in before your eyes at all times. See the Aleph. It's a Yud on top, a Yud on the bottom, and a Vav in the middle. Okay? I always have to make sure I have this right. I don't know how I have it. All right. So it's a Yud on top, a Yud on the bottom, and a Vav in the middle. That basically is the middle way in all systems of thought. It's the Aristotelian mean, you know? And its most common example that you can see, you can witness this, is on a mezuzah. Because there were two opinions of the mezuzah. The Rashi opinion was to have the mezuzah straight. And the Rabbanu Tam opinion was to have the mezuzah horizontal. So a real good question could be, how could it be that these two geniuses said one straight, one horizontal, and the whole society and everything went one way or the other, following them? And they chose, the Ashkenazi have it, in a diagonal between the two. So a mezuzah, it's supposed to be on a diagonal, you see? Not vertical, not horizontal, but diagonal. And that's a perfect example of the word halakha, because that means the way to walk. The way to walk is in a compromise between these two extremes, where both sides aren't offended. It's not that both sides are both sides become satisfied, but in a sense, both sides aren't totally happy, but they aren't offended. And one of the things is not to offend people, which I'll be getting on in some other videos. So this middle approach, the middle way, works in, quite frankly, everything from a philosophical point of view. But it's especially in Talmudic arguments, because very often in Talmud you have one side, the other side, and then a third person comes up with another way, and they take the third person. That compromises the two ways in a way. So if you get all this, if you have the Aleph in front of you, and quite frankly, the Aleph signifies Yud Hey Vav Hey. Because Yud Hey Vav Hey is 26 in Gematria. And the Aleph is also 26 with a Yud on top, a Yud on the bottom, and a Vav in the middle. It's 10, 10, and 6, 26. So the Aleph is the best representative of the Yud Hey Vav Hey. And the Yud Hey Vav Hey is like having the full name in front of you, 4 letters. It's tough. Have 1 letter. Have the Aleph in front of you. And quite frankly, this is the Aleph before the bet. Okay? Have the Aleph in front of you. This aleph also occurs in the word or for light and the word avir for air. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking about air and the nose and the functions of breathing.